I time traveled to Ming for 3 years and stole 8 billion. But the townspeople all cried as they saw me off. Some even knelt down, begging the emperor to spare me. Zhu Yuanzhang stared at the 20 million a year tax haul, deep in thought. Everyone else writes memorials bragging about their achievements. Me? I keep finding ways to report my own corruption. I even begged Zhu Yuanzhang to execute me ASAP, because I've already died 9 legendary deaths. One more and I'm back to modern times, immortal. This is the last life and I landed on the day he founded the dynasty. But this time I'm just a farmer's kid, and I still got singled out for execution by Zhu Yuanzhang, and I couldn't wreck the country doing it. So I came up with a plan. I'd become a mega corrupt official. Everyone knows Zhu Yuanzhang shows zero mercy to corrupt officials. I studied like crazy and passed the Jurin exam, but Jurin doesn't get you into court right away. So I was sent to the frontier, Magistrate of Yanmen County. In 3 years I did whatever it took and embezzled 8 billion. Then I even filed a memorial, confessing to the stolen fortune. Zhu Yuanzhang read it and absolutely blew up. Next day he and Empress Ma went incognito to Yanmen County. He wanted to personally kill the biggest corrupt official in history. In the carriage, he planned to use my death to scare the whole court straight. Then a sudden shout came from outside. "Your Majesty, you've got to come see this!" Zhu Yuanzhang and the Empress looked totally confused, but the second they got off the carriage, they froze. Right in front of them was a super wide, perfectly flat black road, and on both sides there were drainage canals. Beyond the ditches, fields of golden rapeseed flowers. Young men and women were laughing out in the fields. Seeing it, Zhu Yuanzhang could barely believe his eyes. He never imagined Ming had a paradise like this. Empress Ma rushed into the flower field and started chatting with the girls. A moment later, she came bouncing back. "Zhongba," I asked around. "This road is called a Ma Road, and it was built under Magistrate Ye Qing." Zhu Yuanzhang watched the constant flow of traffic. The locals were dressed clean and neat. Nobody looked sallow or half-starved. For the first time, he started second-guessing my corruption. And what shocked him even more was the city wall up ahead. It looked even grander than Yingtian. "Come on, let's go into the city." Little did they know, Ye Qing's people were already watching their every move. Agents on the tower used spy glasses and suspected Northern UN spies. The message flew back to the Yamen. I was in the back hall, eyes closed, resting. When I heard about scouts, I just said, "Handle it by the rules." Then I rolled over and kept lounging. All I wanted was that execution edict to hurry up. Meanwhile, Zhu Yuanzhang and Empress Ma walked into the city. He saw a toll receipt for 520 and instantly lost it. Right away, he decided Ye Qing was a straight-up robber. And he's even got women out working? But Empress Ma thought the rule was great. They fixed the roads and created local jobs. Regular folks weren't charged at all. Only people coming in to do business had to pay. Zhu Yuanzhang got shut down, speechless. "Sir, ma'am, this city's built even better than Chang'an." After they got off the carriage, they were stunned too. Right ahead was an archway that read, "Yanmen welcomes you." Under it, 2 pillars split it into 3 sections. The middle lane was a black road packed with carts. The other 2 were stone paths full of pedestrians. That's real people and traffic separated. Ye Qing actually had some serious ideas. Zhu Yuanzhang kept walking and taking it all in. The buildings along the sidewalk were 6 stories tall. Top 5 floors, apartments. Bottom floor, shops. Every intersection had a watchtower. Each tower had 4 sets of crossbows and muskets with soldiers on guard. They watched everything on the street. Seeing all this, Zhu Yuanzhang was actually pretty happy. Ming was just getting started. They needed practical, get-things-done people like this. Still, he had to see if Ye Qing truly cared about the people. Suddenly, Zhu Yuanzhang stopped. His bloodshot eyes locked onto a storefront. Even Empress Ma looked angry. The sign said, "Yanmen Beef Grand Restaurant." Zhu Yuanzhang went ballistic. Everybody knows beef is illegal to eat in Ming. Yet this place was a beef restaurant. All kinds of beef dishes, too. And in summer, free iced drinks. Listening to merchants talk, Zhu Yuanzhang learned the beef place was mine. And that I also ran an entertainment club called Sai Gui Fei, full of blonde, blue-eyed foreign girls. Come on, let's check out the beef place Ye Qing invested in. Master Liu, you can't park out here. Block the road too long and the patrol officers will fine you. Find an inn first. Put the carts and horses into the parking yard. The waiter saw the master about to explode, so he immediately started explaining. After that, Zhu Yuanzhang could even understand the illegal parking gets fined rule. Up in a private room, the more he heard about beef dishes, the angrier he got. "You're selling cows that died sick or of old age, right?" Empress Ma heard that and felt a bit relieved. She thought it was just a test, until the waiter got blunt. He said, "Our beef is all from freshly slaughtered, healthy cattle. Absolutely worth every bit of silver you paid. Eat with peace of mind. I guarantee nobody's coming to arrest you. Because the real boss is Magistrate Ye Qing himself." When he said it, he even sounded a little proud. Zhu Yuanzhang finally couldn't hold it in. An official doing business, fine. But selling banned beef? That's knowing the law and breaking it. Stacking crimes on top of crimes, some good official. Strong oxen are the backbone of the state. How dare you slaughter them privately? The waiter said, "Our lord would call you the emperor's brain-dead fan." Empress Ma broke into a cold sweat. She felt Ye Qing was basically flirting with death. Once Zhu Yuanzhang understood the term, he snapped. What's wrong with being the emperor's fan? His Majesty's up earlier than a rooster and sleeps later than a dog. Who's worked harder in all of history? Sir, you're right. Nobody can deny the emperor's good. Lord Ye said it too. The emperor stopped the people from being bullied and will go down in history. Zhu Yuanzhang was still mad, but hearing that praise did make him feel better. Then Empress Ma asked the waiter, "If officials can't do business, why does your magistrate break the law? And I want to know, where do these strong cattle come from? With this many customers, you sell at least 1 cow a day. 30 a month isn't a small number." The waiter explained right away. He admitted the cattle all came from Lord Ye's own ranch. And he said Lord Ye's motto was, "Go 1,000 miles to take office, just to get rich." Zhu Yuanzhang heard that and his eyes turned red with rage. As the waiter reminisced, the scene of my first days in office came to mind. When I first arrived, Yanmen County was dead broke. Even a corrupt official would get a headache there. There was nothing to steal. So my first move was to summon all the local big shots to the Yamen Square for a speech. I said it straight. I came to be an official to get rich. But this place is so poor, I don't even know how to be corrupt. So for my corruption plan, I'll develop this place into a money-making paradise. The people live well, and I get filthy rich. That's how I built Yanmen into what it is today, richer than Yingtian. Lord Ye really is a full-on corrupt official. Any business that makes money, he's the real boss behind it. But he made sure we eat our fill, and we don't wear patched clothes anymore. Regular people are simple. Feed us, clothe us, let us live, and we won't care if he's corrupt. Compared to those clean officials chasing fame, we like this corrupt one who won't let us starve. Empress Ma heard that and smiled, genuinely satisfied. Zhu Yuanzhang suddenly felt like the inn's waiter had just taught the emperor a lesson. The waiter kept going. "All that beef comes from Lord Ye's ranch. It has nothing to do with farmers' work oxen." Hard to accept, but the idea still stuck in Zhu Yuanzhang's head. So where's Lord Ye's ranch? The waiter warned him, "Don't even think about it. The only people who get to visit are those sent for labor reform." But he didn't bother explaining what labor reform meant. I noticed every intersection has a watchtower. That's military stuff, isn't it? The second he said that, the waiter's face changed. He thought, they're trying to snoop our county's military and politics. Maybe labor reform really could apply to them. Meanwhile, in the yamen, I stared at the calendar, annoyed my death date was taking forever. Right then, the special ops captain hurried over. Sir, we can basically confirm they're Northern UN scouts. Especially that rich merchant-looking master. The moment I heard it, my whole vibe changed, and even the captain felt thrown off. I'm clearly a civil official, but my presence was scarier than a battlefield general. I just wanted to quietly wait for the execution edict, but I wouldn't let Northern UN butcher my people. Arrest him, now! On the other side, after my memorial, Zhu Yuanzhang came to investigate in secret. He saw me selling banned beef and expanding military buildings without permission. He was so furious he wanted to ride out and call troops, and tear me to pieces. But right after they left the city gate, they suddenly stopped. In front of them was a big door that read, Yanmen Nursing Home. Inside the wide plaza, elderly folks were using workout equipment they'd never seen before. The wall had the admission rules posted. 1. Anyone who fought the Northern UN. 2. Anyone whose children died fighting the Northern UN. 3. Anyone whose children were badly hurt or killed building a stronger Yanmen. Anyone who fits the above gets in for free. Seeing this, Zhu Yuanzhang felt completely conflicted. My crimes were all wipe out 9 clans level. Getting sliced 1,000 times wouldn't even be too much. But what he saw made it feel like I was getting rich for the people. Following directions, they went to Huimin Hospital. The clinic was mostly wood and bamboo style, and there were still plenty of people in line. The line was full of people missing arms and legs. Zhu Wenjiang and Mao Xiang were military men, so they knew these were war wounded. Empress Ma wiped her tears and said, "Peace is won by generals, yet generals aren't allowed to enjoy peace. The ones who drove off Northern UN now have to survive on relief." That was Zhu Yuanzhang's feeling too. He just couldn't say it out loud. He'd been emperor for 6 years, yet the people who bled on the ground and their families still weren't cared for. The hospital wall also had medical rules carved in. Any Yanmen local who fought the Northern UN, whether in the emperor's rebel army or any other anti-Northern UN force, gets free medical care for life. Seeing rules that covered both elder care and medical care, Zhu Yuanzhang truly felt ashamed. He planned to care for grassroots soldiers and their families once the country got stronger. But he never thought fighters from other rebel leaders deserved care too. No matter who you followed, if you truly fought Northern UN, you're a hero. Thinking that, Zhu Yuanzhang gave a self-mocking laugh. The founding emperor of Ming, and my heart's not as big as a petty 7th-rank corrupt official. When we get back, we'll build these relief homes across all of Ming. Elder care plus free public cemeteries. He thought of free cemeteries. Because when his parents died, he couldn't afford burial land. If fellow villager Zhu Liuju hadn't given him a thin patch of ground, he'd have watched rats gnaw at his parents and brothers at home. Because of that kindness, Zhu Yuanzhang even called Zhu Liuju his imperial brother. And granted, Zhu Liuju Sunju had the status of imperial son, a special permit to call him father emperor. So, sir, you agree with his get rich for the people way of governing? No way, I'm sworn enemies with corrupt officials. I can't endorse crooked methods just because he's a special case. If he only runs one county, maybe he can develop it like this. But if he becomes a top minister, can he run the whole realm this way? Empress Ma agreed too. So they decided to rest one night, then go meet this genius who was begging to die. They had no idea they were already surrounded by agents in the dark. The moment the 3 of them stepped into the inn,